Today on Forbes, meet the new billionaire owners of the Indianapolis Colts. On a somber day in June, a month after Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay's unexpected death, his three daughters sat before a room of reporters with the tough task of addressing the team's future. Asked to reflect on the lessons they had learned from their late father over the years, Carly Irsay Gordon, the eldest of the three and the franchise's newly appointed CEO, chimed in with one of his habits the sisters did not plan to emulate. Drawing laughs from the crowd, the 44-year-old Irsay Gordon said, quote, "Well, maybe tweeting." Moving past her father's outspokenness on social media, Irsay Gordon offered bits of wisdom, like the importance of hiring the right people and empowering them to do their jobs, giving back to the community, and chasing big ideas, even when they seem crazy. But as she sat beside her siblings, Casey Foyt, who's 42, and Kaylin Jackson, who's 38, Irsay Gordon dwelled on one point her father had repeatedly stressed: the significance of the Colts to their family. In fact, it's all they've ever known. The franchise has been run by an Irsay since 1972, when the sisters' grandfather, Robert, acquired the team for a then record price of $19 million. When he died 25 years later, a 37-year-old Jim ascended to the owner's box, ushering in an age of prosperity as the Colts, worth an estimated $227 million in Forbes' inaugural NFL team valuations in 1998, appreciated nearly 2,500% to $5.9 billion today. The run-up gave Irsay an estimated fortune of $4.8 billion at the time of his death at 65 in May. Now, control has passed on to his three daughters, a circumstance Irsay Gordon called, quote, bittersweet. The skyrocketing value of NFL franchises has placed the three among the richest female owners in sports. Forbes estimates that Irsay Gordon, Foyt, and Jackson are each worth $1.9 billion based on equal 33.3% stakes in the Colts. While those eye-watering numbers might make the idea of cashing out tempting, especially after a slew of record-setting minority transactions around the NFL over the past year, the Irsay heirs are proud to lead one of the league's few franchises solely under family control. And they plan to keep it that way. In June, Irsay Gordon said, quote, "We come from a family that didn't start a hedge fund or some other business and do this, especially the generation we're in. This is our business and we take it very seriously." Foyt mentioned that the sisters and their father all had matching horseshoe tattoos. Under Jim Irsay, the Colts in 1998 drafted a promising young quarterback named Peyton Manning. With a roster that also eventually featured Hall of Famers Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, and Dwight Freeney, the Colts became a perennial contender, winning 10 or more games for 9 consecutive seasons. In February 2007, the Colts beat the Chicago Bears in Super Bowl 41. Irsay then delivered the franchise a new $720 million home with the opening of Lucas Oil Stadium in 2008, using a reported $666 million in public financing from municipal bonds. As much success as Irsay had on the field, he had his struggles away from the game. His father and grandfather were alcoholics, he later recalled, and Irsay had his own battles with substance abuse. In 2002, he admitted that he was addicted to painkillers. Irsay was often open about his addiction, saying he had been to rehab at least 15 times and founding the mental health charity Kicking the Stigma. In August, 3 months after his death, the Washington Post reported that Irsay had relapsed in the last 2 years of his life, taking worrying amounts of opioids and ketamine. Foyt told reporters in June that even though Irsay's death came, quote, sooner than we thought, he had been preparing his daughters for a future in football. Long before the three sisters were publicly named Colts co-owners in 2012, they had spent countless years around the organization, with their lives always revolving around the NFL schedule. In June, Jackson said, quote, "He let us in on conversations at a very young age, and when I look back on it now, I'm kind of surprised. But he trusted us, and he knew that we understood the seriousness of this job and the responsibility that we had, and I think we'll forever be grateful for that." For full coverage, check out Justin Birnbaum's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.